Greetings, this is NobleKale for NobleKale.com. I've got here a game called Puzzle Tanks. It's an educational game. It's not one that I grew up with, but I found the name interesting. I was imagining something military where the tanks would shoot number puzzles or something. I was absolutely incorrect. It's by Wings for Learning, 1990. I don't think that they're still around. I highly doubt that they are. Most of these companies aren't. Anyway, so yes, this is an educational game, and it's called Puzzle Tanks. And let's have a quick look at it. So here's your title screen. Nice little animation there. Credits right up front. Loading. Okay, and it seems to be a common theme, and I remarked about this in the Erieville Library video, that educational games tend to ask for a name a lot. Student name. It helps kids to get really into games. Educational games, that is. What is my name? Kale. I wonder how many characters it can take. Probably not that many, so done. Okay, so a key cornerstone of educational games is that you have to be able to set a difficulty, because even in a classroom you have a range of different levels of well, basically education. It's funny, but you have your smart kids and you have your slightly slower kids, and you've got to find a way in which to ensure that they can both play the same games, and difficulty levels sort of help that. So this is great in that it's got this menu. You've got an end. I've already talked about those. Descriptions and directions. Educational games should always include in-game descriptions, directions, all that kind of stuff. And 2GS stuff was really great for that. The MECC stuff is really fantastic. I'm not sure what this group is like, so it's basically just here's a bunch of text, and it tells you how to sort of do this. Okay, so I'm just going to skim over that. I'm only going to show you a beginner one because I don't want to embarrass myself. I tried a champion and I failed so badly, it's not funny. Yeah, I haven't done that much maths since I left university, and that was 6 years ago. Okay, awesome. Kale needs 3 grams of gummy glue. The tanks hold 1 and 8. Nice truck, gummy glue. Yeah, I love this graphic. It's fantastic. 2GS games, for some reason, used a lot of orange. It's pretty much the substitute for brown, but it's not just that. They just used a lot of it, and I don't quite know why. Okay, so it basically says this is what you need, and this is the setup for it, but it also keeps that information here as well. 1, target of 3 grams. It doesn't rely upon you remembering things from a previous screen. That's probably due to the fact that load times were astronomical, and they're fine for my computer, but back then, not so much. So what we've got here is a piping system and a truck that will receive the gummy glue, and the product changes each time, and I'm not sure whether it's got this kind of procedural generation of names, or just a list. A list would have taken up a lot of space because this is only on a disk that's about 140K, so that's an interesting thing. Anyway, and the idea is I basically have to obtain 3 grams in the truck. So, and here's just a little thing that I found absolutely hilarious. You can empty it, as in flush the whole thing, I think. But if you select impossible, it is possible. And it penalizes you for that, right? So it's basically because kids and even adults tend to sort of look at something, can't be done. That's a nice little bitch slap, which I've never seen in an educational game before or since. Anyway, so I've got to get 3 grams in here. I'm Not even going to mess around with the 8-gram tank. So it's got this really cool little animation. Okay, and then I have the option of all the kind of movements of move this tank into here, move this tank into here, or take from the left into the truck, or the right one into the truck. So, okay. I haven't actually seen what happens when you overfill it. Maybe we'll do that in the next one. I want to do a successful run first. And so what's really cool is that, so there are these little sound effects, but they're nothing really too big or anything like that. But I love the animation. It's so simple, but so great. Okay, gummy glue for Kale. So there's that personalization, and you actually see the wheels. It's not really well done, but the wheels are moving, the truck's driving along. There's my shipment of gummy glue. Let's do a slightly more advanced one. Load, load, load. And I love how it goes beginner straight to expert. There's no intermediary. It's a good way to pump kids up. Ah, still gummy glue. Okay, 4 cups, and I can always just fill it with 4 of them. So I'm actually going to overfill it this round. I mean, clearly it's got an interesting sort of little bit of sarcasm in there, so I want to see what it does when I fail. I thought gummy glue was blue. This is orange. Anyway, 4 cups. And wasn't it in grams before? I'm not sure. Overfilling. I didn't notice that the little pipey conduit things. No gummy glue for Kale, and I've got flat tires and everything because I'm overloaded. That's magic. Anyway, so that was a game called Puzzle Tanks for the Apple IIgs. That's actually cooler than I suspected it was going to be. And so this is Noble Kale for noblecale.com, and I will see you on the next video. See ya.